In this video, I am going to rescue and renovate my childhood dollhouse. In order to do this project, I flew 600 miles from my home in Nova Scotia to my childhood home in New Hampshire. I am an artist who makes picture books, wallpaper, and all sorts of flower-filled illustrations. So you know that this dollhouse remodel is going to have all kinds of my art and my very own wallpaper designs as part of this project. When I started this project, I had no idea if the dollhouse was in any kind of condition to even repair. Nobody in my family has laid eyes on this dollhouse for at least 20 years. It's been sitting up in the attic. We don't know if it's wrapped up. We don't know if it's just exposed. It's been hot, it's been cold. Maybe there have been some mice visitors. Who knows what state this thing is in. So I really went into this blind, and I can't tell you how surprised I was when we finally brought it down. There's a lot of mouse poop up here. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Now this dollhouse is super special because it's actually huge, and it was hand built by a man who donated it to our school as a fundraiser. So it was set up in the library, and I still remember going down on library days and seeing this beautiful dollhouse with all the furniture in it. And folks in the school community could buy a raffle ticket, and it was a fundraiser for the school. And wouldn't you know, my mom won the dollhouse. So she likes to say that the dollhouse cost her $10 because that's how much she spent on the raffle tickets. Now, if you're a mom of 5 kids, this is a pretty great win. And she definitely got her money's worth because it was a cherished toy that we all just have such fond memories of. But that was back in the early 90s, and I know it's gonna look dated now, and I just can't wait to get my hands on this thing and transform it into something amazing that my nieces and nephews can play with and love as much as we did. I can't tell you the excitement when we unwrapped it and everyone stopped what they were doing and came to look, and we just couldn't believe how big it was. It was so much bigger than our memories. Oh, I remember it. Do you remember it?
Oh yeah, I knew it was blue and yellow, but it's huge.
It's huge.
I really didn't think it was this.
In my head, it had maybe 5 rooms, but it has 3 floors and 2 giant rooms in the attic on the top floor. And then all these memories came flooding back because it still had little pieces of furniture in it. And oh my gosh, I knew this project was going to be great.
Yeah, I remember this.
I got it unwrapped and undusted. I wiped everything out really well. And as I was doing that, I made a bit of a master plan in my head. So I want to share with you now exactly what I was thinking I would do with this dollhouse. I'm going to use a limited palette of these 5 colors of fusion paint. They're pastel, and I think they work really great together. And I'm going to paint the furniture all different versions of these colors so that whatever room the furniture lands in, it's going to look good. For the outside, I decided to let my mom pick the colors because this dollhouse is going to live with her, and I want her to love to look at it. So she has chosen navy blue with white trim and a black roof. I was super excited to put the wallpaper in, but I knew it was probably a smart decision to paint all the trim first so that I don't mess up my beautiful wallpaper. My wallpaper is this incredible material that is a breeze to install in your dollhouse project, and I love working with it. It is on a sticker back, but the sticker is completely repositionable. So if you put the paper up and you don't like how it looks or it's crooked, you can peel it right off. It's not going to curl on itself. It's not going to stick to itself. If it does get stuck, you just pull it apart and completely smooth it out. It's such a dream to work with. So this was probably one of my favorite parts. The difference between this project and my last is that I had to cut out around the windows and the doors, and that was a bit tricky, and my brain is not good with math, but we figured it out. When I flew from Nova Scotia to New Hampshire, the airport that I use is in Boston, and one of my sisters lives right in the city. We took a walk to her favorite kids store in Boston, which is called Cuckoo, and I love to go there with her, and of course my little nephew comes along. But this shop sells all the Maileg mice and furniture, and I just had a feeling that we needed some mice for this dollhouse. So I picked out a little mouse to live in the house and a couple pieces of furniture. Now that I got a good start on the exterior, the trim is painted, and the wallpaper is up, it was time to paint the furniture. I wanted to use as much of the original furniture as I could. Some of it was broken, some of it had to be repaired, but I went through all of it and decided that I would just paint it with the fusion paints so that it would match the new look that I created. I used some of the wallpaper inside the doors that open on this cabinet, and I painted folky flower designs on as many of the pieces that I could. incredible sewer. She makes quilts, she can embroider, she's to smock, she knits all the time. I grew up with her making outfits for me. She made my wedding dress. She's made countless numbers of curtains and quilts and pillow covers for me, and I don't take any of that for granted. It's a beautiful talent that my mom has, and I do think a lot of my creativity comes from watching her as a person making all of these crafts as I grew up. So it was really special for me to spend a day in my mom's sewing room with her, and we made quilts and mattresses for the dollhouse beds. Using the color palette that I had chosen for the dollhouse, I designed what I would call cheater quilts. So instead of cutting up pieces of fabric and sewing them together as a quilt, I drew the patchwork myself on a square. I love to order fabric from Spoonflower. It's an excellent company in the States that prints artist-designed fabric. And their 8-inch samples were the perfect size to print these cheater quilts for my mom to put together for me. I also worked on some of the picture frames. All of these little picture frames are filled with miniature versions of paintings that I have made. And I printed these paintings on the same sticker paper that I use for my wallpaper. And I just mount them onto a little piece of cardboard and glue them to the frame. It's always amazing to see a project like this with all these different layers and different hours working come together. Favorite part, I think, are the bedrooms. Just the different layers of the paintings with the handmade and hand-drawn quilts and the hand-painted furniture. They're just so rich and lovely and full of detail. And I'm picturing all kinds of characters in my picture books living in these rooms, and I know there's going to be stories inspired from this experience. After I installed all the furniture, I noticed that the floors were looking bare in some of the rooms. And I had this idea to actually just paint rugs right onto the floors. And it really did a lot to bring the room together. I don't fuss over things when I paint. I don't try to be perfect. I just made a little pattern and slapped it on quickly, and it has this whimsical feel when you're just having fun, and I love how that comes through. And by the end, I had my daughter and my mom working on the exterior of the dollhouse for me. My mom helped paint the entire outside. She also painted the stairs and a lot of the details inside with me. The outside was a whole other job in itself. There was a whole bunch of trim that had to be painted. And there were some details I wanted to add. I love the window shutters that the dollhouse has, but I really wanted the outside to match the whimsical hand-painted feel of the interior. So I decided to paint flowers on the window shutters, and I love how it turned out.
I think it's good.
You got everything for your trip, dear?
Yep.
I'm gonna miss you. I'll stay here and take care of the babies.
Okay.
hope
Are you gonna miss you?
I'm gonna miss you so much, but I hope you have a nice rest.
Keep the plate here.
Oh, I'll take care of the plates. I hope you have a nice rest, honey.
Yep.
Enjoy yourself.
Yep, enjoy you.
Is your sister coming?
It was the best part of the project to have her on my lap and play with her in this big, beautiful thing that I brought back to life. And I know that she's gonna cherish this as much as my sisters did. You might wonder why I'm doing these dollhouse projects, but for me, this is what I do for fun. When you choose to make art your job, it's very easy to be frustrated with it. I think it's hard to make a living as an artist, and whenever you take your passion and make it your job, you're at risk of losing that joy. So I think taking time off of work to rest and remember why you love to make art is such a good thing. It's an investment in your future as an artist, because you have to hang on to that why. You have to hang on to the play and the love and the joy. And taking a week off of work and going down to my childhood home and bringing this thing back to life, it was so rejuvenating. It's good for the soul. It's good for connecting with my family, and I hope it connects with you. I hope you take from this an inspiration to go and play and paint and not care too much and just enjoy yourself and the art that you make. I make art for kids. A lot of my pictures are to illustrate stories that are meant for young people. And it's so important for me to stay connected to the things that they love and the ways that they see the world and the ways that they play.
Please like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching my dollhouse rescue and remodel. If you could please like and subscribe, that will help me to make more videos and share more stories about my art. If you are interested in any of the wallpaper or products that I used to do this remodel, please look at the links in the description.